Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into Uncharted: The Lost Legacy, a platinum journey through one of Naughty Dog's most underrated gems. Now, in this video, I'll be breaking down the entire game chapter by chapter, highlighting the main story and pointing out the big gameplay moments. After saying farewell to Nathan Drake in Uncharted 4, this game gives us a fresh adventure with Chloe Frazer stepping into the spotlight.
Okay.
The game opens us up into India during the middle of a bit of a civil war. Chloe goes undercover, sneaking her way through an occupied city and get directions from an unknown source to find this red door that we have to pick, lock, and get through. We then get introduced to our partner in the game, Nadine Ross, who a lot of us weren't really sure what to expect teaming up with her, but instantly you can feel the unease in their partnership.
As unpredictable as they come.
Chloe and Nadine then break into Asav's treasure room, the bad guy from this game. We end up stealing one of his weird looking artifacts where the story really starts to kick in, and we get our first look at Asav, our bad guy for the game.
Careful, brothers. This tiger's got claws.
So,
Chapter 3 takes us into the Western Ghats in a very familiar set to the Madagascar chapter in Uncharted 4, driving around in a four-wheel drive. We actually pop our first trophy here for collecting 5 treasures. We get another for killing an enemy with the last bullet in our magazine, and also for breaking and re-entering stealth for the first time. Now, on to chapter 4, which is one of the longest chapters in the game, and we get to do a lot more driving around and exploring in an open world area. We get a quick trophy for driving off this cliff, which I thought was pretty funny.
let's see.
And then we are off to where we start the Queen's Ruby side quest.
Is it just me?
This is kind of an essential part of the Platinum Run. If you collect all of these tokens, you unlock the Queen's Ruby bracelet, which, when you are close to a treasure, it vibrates and it makes them easier to find. We pop our trophy for finding the first one and start collecting a few more, where we end up at this horse puzzle, which is completely, I think, unnecessary, but it is necessary for us to collect one of the tokens. We then find our final token, and while we were doing this, we actually got a few trophies. One for opening 5 lockboxes, taking 5 photos, doing 5 consecutive rope swings, doing a lockbox in under 15 seconds, and getting 30 seconds of airtime while driving around in the car.
We got a prize.
Once we return all 11 coins to the area that we started at, the Queen's Ruby appears and we get ourselves our next trophy. The next section of the game takes us to 3 massive different fortresses to tackle, each one with a mix of combat, climbing, and classic Uncharted puzzles. Now, the benefit of all 3 of these is that you do not have to do them in any specific order. You can do them however you wish. While in one of the sections of the fortresses, we get 2 combat trophies, one for 5 consecutive headshots and one for 30 kills with a gold weapon.
It's Ganesh.
After turning each of the turntables at the end of each fortress, a waterfall appears above a massive doorway at the peak of the area.
And now that's 3.
We make our way up to that area and turn a turntable again, which opens up a massive door, and we enter into chapter 5.
Welcome to downtown Halabadoo.
Here's where the tone shifts sort of in the game. You're exploring the ruins of an ancient battlefield, and it's one of the most visually striking areas in the game for sure.
Impressive. Yeah.
This chapter is also home to this puzzle, which took me about 15 minutes to do the first time I tried it, and there is a trophy linked to this for completing it under 10 moves, which I definitely didn't do on this time around. Eventually, we come across Asav and his men, and he takes back the artifact that we stole from him and throws us through a hole in a brick wall and throws us in a river.
Asav's already heading inside. Okay, well, better get down there. Come on. No.
We eventually escape the river and we learn some very valuable story related information that Chloe has actually asked the help of Sam Drake to try and point Asav in the wrong directions and slow him down, but Nadine clearly didn't like this because of their past in Uncharted 4. She then gives Chloe a bit of a right hook, takes the car, and leaves her for not telling her about Sam.
It's fine. I could use the exercise. Shit. Oh gosh, shit. Get down.
In Chapter 6, the game basically forces you to use stealth, as the objective here is to blow up the APC with some C4 and some RPGs, but if you are seen, it's almost guaranteed that you die. While being stealthy, we do get a trophy here for opening a lockbox while there are enemies in the area. Then eventually, after about 6 or so C4s, we do take down the APC and reunite with Nadine to turn yet another turntable to open up the entrance to the next section of the game, Chapter 7.
Look at this.
Chloe and Nadine uncover what appears to be some sort of altar portraying Ganesh's tusk carried by his people. Now, while they're here, Chloe sets aside her little Ganesh statue on top and realizes that her father was actually here at some sort of stage in his travels to find Ganesh's tusk.
My dad was here.
We then reach a section of the game where Asav's men are basically waiting for us. They kidnap us, drag us into a secret room, and force us to do this ridiculous puzzle which reveals the location of Ganesh's tusk, which Asav, of course, takes for himself, and then tries to drown us by cuffing us to a railing and blowing up the walls. Once we escape, we start Chapter 8, and Sam reveals to Chloe and Nadine that Asav plans to sell the tusk to an arms dealer, which we all decide to go after and stop him, of course.
Heading to the old rail yard, something about an arms deal.
While on our way to do that, we find a treasure that is a little bit of a throwback and Easter egg to the DLC for The Last of Us Part 1, and we get a trophy for flipping around the skull and shaking it like a magic 8-ball. Now, catching up to the bad guys, we are faced with another area where stealth is almost a must, as the helicopter we need to blow up and make our way up onto. If it does see you, then you basically have a very little chance to survive, unless you can get yourself to the little section of water and dive down to return to stealth, otherwise you're pretty much done. After struggling to understand for a little bit how to actually throw the C4 high enough, we realise that we can aim with our left trigger and throw the C4 a lot higher. We load up the heli with a few rounds of C4, and then we latch ourselves on with our rope and climb up to the buyer of the tusk,
Here goes nothing.
which actually turns out to be Nadine's 2IC when she used to be running Shoreline.
Oh, hi.
After a long sort of back and forth dialogue, Sam jumps in the way of Nadine getting shot and she shoots him right in the skull. After we get the tusk back, we learn that the thing that Asav traded the tusk for was actually a massive bomb that he plans to blow up one of the cities with.
For a bomb. Fireworks.
And now on to the grand finale of the game, one of the best set pieces in the entire Uncharted series. We are chasing down a train that is carrying the bomb, and on our way there we do get a trophy for knocking 6 of these guys off their bikes with our car. We then jump onto the train and have a very, very long gunfight section that seemed to go on forever, but it was incredible.
Oh, shit. Company's here. Assault's got us. Well, we still have the element of surprise. Ah. Good shot.
While on the train, we actually get a few trophies here for blowing up a vehicle with a grenade and also for commandeering 6 vehicles by jumping over to them from the train itself. Once we actually reach the end of the train, Chloe and Nadine find the section where the bomb is being held, and we are actually interrupted by Asav, and we take on the final fight for the game.
But you two are a special breed of mongrel.
Rude. I'm really going to enjoy this.
Now, Asav must have some serious martial arts training here, because he was blocking our attacks and hitting us like he was Jackie Chan.
I've seen it too fast. Get him!
Now, this fight was absolutely nothing compared to the final fight in Uncharted 4. Look, it was good, it was fun, but it absolutely has nothing on the sword fight in Uncharted 4.
Piece of shit! You've ruined everything. Everything! My cleansing would have been beautiful! Why didn't you just die?
Eventually reached the final section to the fight, and Chloe and Nadine fight like their lives depend on it and push Asav all the way back towards the bomb, and he gets his legs stuck underneath it. We then both jump off the train and let it fall off the bridge, causing the bomb and Asav to drop to the bottom of the river and blow up.
And where's the tusk?
You go. Oh my God.
What?
Sam.
I'm just joking. There you go. You're. Ow. Okay. Jesus. That's my last cigarette.
Once the credits roll and finish the game, we get our trophies for completing the game on crushing difficulty and for finishing the game entirely. Now it's time for all the cleanup. All the miscellaneous trophies and all the collectible trophies. Now, I had missed a fair few of these throughout the playthrough, so here's a little bit of a montage of all the miscellaneous trophies. One of the main miscellaneous trophies is to complete chapter 1 through 4 without using a gun or a grenade throughout the whole playthrough, which we pop here, the Way of the Warrior.
Avatar of the god Vishnu.
Now on to the collectibles, which the first one we get is for all of the optional conversations. The second one we get is for opening all of the lockboxes. The third one we get is for collecting all 63 treasures. And finally, for our last trophy, we get all the photo opportunities in the game, which gives us the Platinum Trophy.
That was amazing.
Anyway, guys, that is going to be it for Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. Now, if you did enjoy, please leave a like and a comment of your favorite part of the game. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. I'm going to do my first ever horror game in Silent Hill F, and I hope you stay to watch it. Thanks, guys. Bye.